I just try to start this off a little better because usually I feel like I'm chit-chatting going right into it.
All right, I'm all set. So I never know when I'm on the screen or not.
Oh, you're not on the screen. We're just live, so it's just our voices because
Okay.
I figured out how to do that. I couldn't figure out how to do it before.
Okay, perfect.
But yeah, so we already had a bunch of likes. Did you see the super cute photo that someone shared that they made of what they made with the pom-poms last week?
Of the like
I'm trying to pull it up now because I realized I forgot.
they decorated somebody's house.
Yes.
That was so sweet. I loved it. Well,
Yes.
hopefully they watch again because I have some more ideas and they'll be able to create more decorations. Now I'm singing like you.
Because I like to sing song everything.
People don't want me to do that. I cannot sing. So
that was the joke. So last week, you probably saw that I had some birds in the store.
yes, I wanted to come and help you because I love birds.
I don't at all. And someone commented I should sing. I'm like, oh, that might drive them out.
We're obsessed with birds. Remember our talk about me wanting a crow to adopt me?
Yes, exactly.
So I have a pet mockingbird here who sings to me, and we have a cardinal that hangs around, and he's so funny. We named him Bob, and he really just likes his reflection, but we pretend that he likes us, and so yeah, they really don't like us. We just pretend that they're our friends.
I'm sure they do.
We do feed. We have feeders and such. So.
All right. We have some viewers, so I'm going to go ahead. We can go ahead and get started. And
Okay.
I'm going to add you to...
Good morning.
Good morning!
Hi!
I realized I didn't, test this, so my computer was all wonky, but good morning!
Good morning.
So for those of you joining us, you probably already know, but I'll just go ahead, do our introductions. I'm Liz at Capricos Books, and we have with us the wonderful Julie Ellen here to do some pom-pom crafts. And so we started our pom-poms last week, and you can also say pom-pons. We learned that both is correct. Yes. So it was just something interesting that we learned. I always try to, provide the sidekick entertainment here.
Yes, we love it. We need it.
So, yes. Oh, the other thing I really wanted to point out is here we go. I realized I wear headphones, but I have my lovely little sunshine earrings on.
Oh.
Like I even said to you this morning, I was like, good morning. I'm feeling like all energized and ready to work. And I think the sunshine earrings are part of that. So I got ready.
Nice.
I put on some beautiful Julie Ellen jewelry and some makeup, and we're getting this day ready to go. So
perfect.
I'm extra
and you know
energized.
what's always funny? I have no jewelry on.
I never thought about that, but that's okay.
Yeah, yep, nothing.
I imagine you're overwhelmed by choices.
Yes, that's
we're gonna go with that. All right, so here is Julie Ellen. Take it away with the crafts.
Okay. Good morning, everybody. So last week we went over some basics, how to create a pom-pom, and I showed you how to make it with your fingers, with a fork, and then also with these magnificent pom-pom tools. So we saw, as Liz said, somebody shared those beautiful pom-pom decorations that you surprised your friend with and created, I'll call it a pom-pom streamer. I don't know, Liz, what would you call that?
I go back and forth. I like the word streamer. That's probably a better term for it. I always think banner or pennant, but pennant's not even right. But I'm going to try to find the picture to share it. I just have to figure out where it was.
Okay, terrific. Well, my thought for today was I wanted to show you some options or some art, I guess, pom-pom art that you could create, and to be more specific, things you could, how to create some ornate pom-poms. So not actually creating things with the pom-poms just yet, but let me show you. you can create what you can do within the pom-pom. So here is a heart within the pom-pom.
Yes, I was going to ask if you were going to show these because I really wanted to see how you did that because I'm like,
Okay.
that looks, you showed us last week. I'm like, what a tease. I really want to see that.
That's fun. I'm happy to. And then just did, this is a new one. I love this one, a flower. And I think this would be wonderful
Ooh.
in a banner, or there are a couple that, I mean, some of these are easier than others. Just a dot. I mean, start off with the basics, just a dot, both sides, or just random abstract polka dot. Here, I did not do so well with, I forgot to ask you something before we started, Liz. This is supposed to be a macaroon.
Yes.
I did not make it as fuzzy and perfect. I like mine
That's so cute.
less fuzzy. I'm like more organic. Liz, do you mind if I got ideas out of a book and I didn't know if it was
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So my daughter is obsessed with pom-poms, and this is the book that we have.
That is super cute. I'm definitely going to get some now.
Okay.
I've never seen them with designs inside at all.
So this is our inspiration book, and I will show you how my macaroons are not what they're supposed to be.
Oh, no. Yours is super cute, too.
So here were some of our ideas, and others we play with. But this, so if you want Miss Liz to get this book for you.
Yes, I'm looking it up right now. Multitasking.
It is wonderful. So Miss Liz can get this for you. It is fabulous. My daughter has tried all of these crafts. Here's one. We just don't always have the right colors, and especially since we've been home, we couldn't go out to the store. I really like this. It's sort of a reverse. We wish we could have made a watermelon. We just didn't have all the colors. So like a watermelon slice. And then something I showed you, I'm jumping all over the place. So
that's all right. We're all energized this morning.
Okay.
Oh
remember my pom-pom tree that I had?
So cute.
This is my favorite craft.
Yes, I love
it. I have done. Okay. But just sit here and do it. I'll show you the techniques, and this is something that you can then do on your own. But by far, my quarantine crafting, this is one of my favorites. So, and this idea came from that book. Emerson came up to me one day. She goes, "Mom, craft for the day. I found it."
Oh, that's fantastic. I love it so much.
So,
beautiful little bonsai.
Yes, so much fun. And another thing is, it's kind of therapeutic making these. And my daughter says this is her therapy. This absolutely is her therapy. And I'm going to move to the side because I realize I'm blocking. She makes pom-poms all the time. All the time. And get ready to vacuum. So we're like, what are we going to do with all of these? And so we put it together and made a wreath.
Oh, yay! I was going to say, we're going to have to make this a 3-part series because I feel like you're going to show us how to make these cute pom-poms, but then next week we'll have to go over even more things to do with them.
So there are so many things, but I mean, this is me gathering them off her floor. So, I just needed to show you, that was a little overwhelming. But so that's why I feel like I'm starting off really slow. I'm like, I'm just showing you how to make a pom-pom, but I can't, just to make this would take the whole time this morning. So
well, sometimes you need the first step. You need to lay the first brick before you can create the rest of the house. So,
but Liz, I just plowing through.
You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
Okay, so I'm going to show you on a tiny one so we can get through this faster. I don't know if anyone watching was inspired last week to go and get these little pom-pom makers, but I'm going to show you on this. We're going to first make, here are the baby steps. We're going to make a little, dot pom-pom first. So I'm going to get two colors. I'm going to get some yellow, and we'll do some red. So to start, for your center color, you're going to wrap just in the center of your maker. And if you're using a fork, you would just do that in the center of your fork. So I'm going to do about 5 wraps, making sure to keep it right in the center. And then cut off my yarn. All right. So this is going to be where the red is. I'm changing it to yellow. And now I'm going to do my outside color. I'm going to make it red. I'm going to go over that, around the sides. And see how it's completely covered now. You don't see, well, you see a little peeking yellow. I'm going to cover that. Remember to wrap with even tension. Not too tight, but not too loose. I have a little piece poking out, but that'll be fine. All right, now I'm going to cut that off. I'm going to close it up. I'm going to do the opposite side. Now, just to be different, I'm going to do this whole side all red. So we're just going to have one piece of yellow poking out of this pom-pom. So this side, I'm going to do all red.
Not to be too creepy or anything, but you could do it with white and red in the middle and make it a little eyeball-y. I'm just thinking of Halloween, like a Halloween pom-pom. That's just where my mind went. With a little iris. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, so I mean, there's so many ways that you could take this. Halloween crafts, everything. So just to work through this quickly, I think I have a loop that went off. Oh, nope. And then as before, we're going to cut down the seam. Really important to use sharp scissors to get clean cuts. All right, now I'm going to take my tying thread, and I apologize, I'm going to use yellow because yellow was my inside. And I'm going to pull it through the center here. And I like to tie tight on one side and bring it around on the other and tie it again. So I'm going to do that down here where I can get better tension. So Liz, you'd make an eyeball. That would be good.
I don't know. I was just thinking with that pattern, like having a center. Normally when you have a sphere and there's a circle in the center, that's just what I think of. Somebody looking at me.
That'd be good. That'd be creepy. Then you can hang them from the ceiling. That would be
exactly
a wonderful Halloween. That'd be a wonderful Halloween. And you could have just strands of red in it, so it'd be like a bloodshot eyeball.
There you go. See, I'm thinking I'm already thinking fall.
Oh my
send the kids back to school. Send the kids back to school. No, I'm just kidding.
We haven't even had like the summer.
I know.
All right, so we're gonna floof this up, and look, we already have that center is yellow, and here's our back end. That's all red. And the important thing that I've found the more that I've made these is the trimming is extremely important. Now the great thing with these tools is you have pretty more even than you would if you're just wrapping it randomly. So always have something to cut over. Right now I just have a plastic bag to catch my shavings.
That's a very, very good tip. Or do it outside for the birds.
Yes, for the birds. Oh my goodness, the amount of shavings that I had just from making these other examples. Ooh, it was a couple nests full.
Yeah,
So,
that's if you cut these outside, you're gonna have some very colorful birds' nests.
yes, it's gonna be beautiful. Then come winter, you're gonna have some beautiful trees.
Oh yeah.
So I found when you're doing these two-tone, or if you want a really interesting colored center, at the colored section, you can cut it a little bit shorter. So at this yellow, you can pull all your yellow threads together and trim them a little bit shorter, and they'll show off a little bit more. So let me grab these. So I've isolated these, and I'm going to trim them a little bit shorter than the red. This is perfect for me because I like tiny and tedious little tasks, but if you are not a patient person, I don't think this is a craft for you, but I enjoy this, but I was just thinking this may not be for someone who doesn't like tiny, teeny things, or even the bigger ones.
Well, I think this is a great craft for both because you can have a pom-pom that's pretty general, but that's going to be that style and that's going to be a quick made thing, or you can give it a little more detail. It doesn't have to. That's why I like this craft, because you don't have to have that much detail and fine tuning.
Well, you know what? I now see why it has the same idea of a bonsai, but not the same upkeep, because you're here and you're trimming.
Yes.
You're trimming. So it's the same look, but look at that. You know, you really get that focus of
Oh, it
the
totally
yellow.
makes me think of a beautiful flower.
And so now if you want to do the larger flower, the same concept, but we'll take the larger one. And of course I like the yellow center. So tangled myself up. Okay, here we go. We'll do the yellow. And then we'll do the red. I like red flowers.
Me too. It's interesting. We had a sweet puppy stop by this weekend. We opened for curbside pickup, and we had a sweet puppy come by named Poppy. And so, of course, and she said a lot of people didn't know about the dog, like about flowers, and they're like, "Why'd you name your dog after your grandfather?" And I'm like, "No, it's a beautiful flower." I always go immediately to the flowers. Then, of course, I think of the poppy fields and Wizard of Oz and memories and all that. So I love it. Red flowers are gorgeous.
Yes. Let's see. I want purple outside, or I'll do I don't know. I think I want to do a full wreath of flower pom-poms. Wouldn't that be beautiful?
Oh my gosh, yes.
So
And it's as I always do, I think of Black Eyed Susie's, and I think of doing it with a yellow outside and a black inside. Sunflower-ish.
I forget that until you mention it.
I'm sorry. It's just always those are just like some of my go-to flowers.
Here, I'm gonna do a black outside.
You don't have to do it if you don't have
No, I have black, but I'll do a black outside because that will be really pretty.
Oh yes.
I'll have that contrast. Okay. So let's see. But I was thinking a whole wreath of, speaking of the wreath, instead of the all random, but to have a specific wreath of flowered and have that symmetry, and then do. Well, I have this great idea. Once I finish this, we can talk about it. It's something that everyone could, if people are interested, could do on their own.
Yeah, definitely. You guys should leave comments to tell us what you're gonna make. What kind of ideas you have. I'm over here just still trying to find that picture. I know it's somewhere. I definitely am gonna make I'm definitely getting this book because I like the idea that there's smiley faces. Like some of them seem so complicated. And like I told you last week, I was totally like, I am not buying another tool, another craft tool. But you've really sold me on these pom-pom makers because they make it very easy to do these different things versus I mean, granted, I could just use a fork, but
not with the well, so I wanted to do the emojis, but it's very difficult to explain if you don't have this. So
yeah.
it's like 20 wraps on the front end and this end. So the book is extremely helpful. So I chose things that were very general. So I don't mean to be promoting a single book because I'm sure there are other wonderful ones out there.
I found the photo, but I'm gonna save it now. I realized I was sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but yes, I understand what you mean with the tool. I realized that we were on top of it, and since we knew that we were going to be this was going to be a 2-part craft, I went ahead and made this event to promote it, and so the comment was left on this before this video was live. That's why I couldn't find it because I forgot.
Oh. And actually, the book does go over different techniques using fork and making your own techniques. Excuse me, I have to take my elixir of.
Yeah, no, trust me. That's another reason that I'm never on camera because I just mute my mic and take a sip. I need coffee.
Okay.
My husband was very sweet and made coffee this morning.
Oh, that's so nice. All right. So we're going to snip down the line.
So again, we have red in the center of this one. Peekaboo red.
We have yellow, red. Then yellow. So does that look fun? And then the back I have plain.
Perfect.
So I'm going to tie this up.
Fantastic. It's something about that color combination is soothing to me.
Which colors, Liz?
Your black, yellow, and red. It's interesting because they seem like individually they're almost harsh. I think of them as harsh, hard, but together it just feels kind of cozy.
It does. You're right. I agree. I think on a wreath, this would be really pretty. And what I was thinking is if you put a wreath of this and then little green pom-poms as leaves.
Oh, yes.
It would look adorable. So instead of the mishmash, which is fun and exciting, and my daughter can just keep on making whatever she wants, and that can hang on her door, or you can have something to like match your house colors and greenery or.
Oh, I just thought that this would be something so fun. I'm just imagining decorating like a dorm. So this is a great craft for college students to do, or a gift to make for a college student.
Exactly. Or just have some simple, just hanging. If it's like a whole wreath is too much, just a couple dangling, or make it. There's so many options.
I'm gonna
be a little much.
My phone's going crazy because a teacher just gave us some very interesting information about the school system.
Oh,
it's good. It's good information. I won't share it because I'll let the school system share it. But
so, I'm gonna show you what it looks like first. You can put the picture up if you want, and I'll start.
I love that. Okay, while you trim that, I'll put this up. Okay. Here's the sweet little garden decorations that our friend Claire here shared with us last week. So all these sweet little beautiful rainbow pom-poms. I love, love, love it. Oh, I didn't even notice that the blue one is like two-tone. So they were getting creative too. So it looks like there's a lighter blue and a darker blue. So the other ones are solid, but that blue is two-tone. My favorite. So
They did a great job.
that's such a nice way to cheer up their friend, and you can do it from social distancing because oh, and they also hung some in local trees to add some lockdown cheer. I love that.
love it.
Oh, that
It's
makes me
like
so happy.
it's yarn bombing.
Yes, 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 yes. I love it so much.
All right, so I'm taking my center yellow to trim that down to make the core of my flower.
Fantastic.
And then always have a fear if you cut too close and then you clip the whole thing and all. So this one I wanted to leave the red a little bit more wild, so it looks like a wildflower. So so here I tried to trim it pretty equal, but I want this one to stay kind of wild. So let me get this.
But I like on the blue one, it looks like you trimmed back the blue so that even the red stands out a little further.
Yes, so that's what I'm going to do with the black. And let's do this. The trimming takes a very long time
because you're going nice and slow, and you're doing it a little bit at a time.
Yes, because you can't put it back on.
Yeah, exactly.
You can always take more off, but you can't put it back on. So what I'm doing is pulling all the pieces. So here's my little flower. And now I'm going to trim the black part. I think that looks sweet right there. It's my crazy, crazy flower. So, all right, Liz, I don't know if you want to talk. I'm going to try and trim really fast.
Okay, take your time.
Okay.
So, what I'd like to know, leave a comment. Tell us more information about what you're going to make with your pom-poms and ideas that you have, kind of like that sweet garden craft, and maybe what color yarn you have, or if you're looking for some yarn, we might have some people who are interested in swapping yarn.
Well, that's a great idea.
So actually, it's interesting. You just gave me one of the ideas is they're around we are in Harford County, Maryland, for those of you who don't know that, and maybe you're watching from somewhere else, and I don't know if you have these, but we have a lot of fairies, we're calling them. I'm doing air quotes that you can't see. So fairies that are
you need to come online, please.
Okay. All right. Fairies. Oh, let's get us both on here. I don't like being on here by myself. Even though I put you on there all the time. I'm sorry. But my background's a mess. I need to do this better. But so we have fairies who drive around. And by that I mean there are different categories of fairies. So we have people who are delivering. It started, as far as I know, with wine fairies. So people are celebrating lockdown by delivering wine to random people and friends. But more people are also becoming toy fairies and delivering, like I might have a used tricycle, and my kid is 8. She doesn't need a tricycle anymore. So I might gift it to a friend by leaving it for them with a little note. So I imagine that some craft fairies or some little decoration garden fairies, right? Like you said, yarn bombing, like this would be such a sweet thing to do. So craft fairies or something along those lines. I'd love to see what everyone comes up with for that. Even if you gave them a yarn and said, like, here, watch this video. That would be fun too. Like, I just imagine now I'm going to print out little things that says, oh, make sure you visit this site and here's some yarn so you can follow along.
That is so cute. I love it, Liz. I love it.
We'll have to do that. I was already doing deliveries for the bookstore, but now I might start including a little like thing of yarn and like making little craft kits.
That's awesome.
But I am definitely ordering this PomPom Mania book for the store. It's just too cute.
It really has come through at this house. So we have done many of them. We started the bird craft. There's an incredible, difficult bird. We'll have to show you if we actually, if we're able to perfect it. It's difficult. So, all right.
I can't even imagine. I'm trying to find it on this other site too. PomPom Mania make over 20 cute pom-poms. And characterful is that's a new word for me. How to make over 20 cute and characterful pom-poms.
Well, I guess the emojis.
Yes.
Kind of that.
That's such an interesting word, though. I had never considered characterful.
Well, so here is the black one.
Oh, beautiful.
So I made it a little bit more 3D, you know.
You just gave me another idea. Did you see that? Now you can see all the expressions I make as you're crafting.
There's a craft in there that I really wanted to do, but I feel like it would be the next step. They're cacti.
I was just gonna say that totally makes me think of a succulent, and you can do it like that, where either you make it where it's green and like stack pom-poms maybe, and have like the flower on top as the top pom-pom. Like that's exactly what that made me think of when you held it that way. I was like, oh, it's a cactus.
So there are, you know, and I feel like, you know, people don't need me here telling them that's something they can do on their own, and you then cut lines down in
Oh
it.
no, we need your inspiration, because that's not something I would have thought of.
Oh.
This is why we do it, Julie.
Okay. Well, I feel like, why am I showing this? People don't need me.
Her creativity.
Okay. And then lines, and then you stack them, and then you have a little craft pot, and yeah, but look, and then the cactus flower on the top.
Yes, I love it. I love it. Oh, now I might really have to find some green yarn. And
yes,
pom-pom makers.
I need to find green yarn too.
I'm glad. So I think Joanne's is for curbside pickup. Now you've gotten me obsessed with them.
So yeah, I really, this one's my favorite. So I wanted to do I stopped trimming because I liked it sort of frilly, yes. And now the frilly one is definitely my favorite. So.
Well, even flowers have that like wave, and that's kind of what that also makes me think of.
So, and if I had the right, I wanted to do a watermelon slice, I told you, but I couldn't get the right colors. But so you can do that. My daughter started doing, oh no, that's her chick. There was
a little chick.
She was starting to do a strawberry. You know, so they're just, we create silly things here.
I love it. A strawberry, that's an interesting thing too, because you're talking about now you're changing the shape even more, and you always think of pom-poms as traditionally round. That makes me think of a carrot.
That is a carrot. She did
okay,
a carrot.
good.
She tried a banana. I don't know where that went. So it's just,
would be interesting.
She's a peeled banana. So I mean, she's very into pom-poms.
I love it.
We lose her when it gets down to the really intricate shaping, and that's where I come in, because that's where I'm.
That's teamwork.
We're a beautiful team. We're a beautiful team. But yeah, so my obsession. I honestly have only made one, but I would make lots of these. Yeah, I mean, I'd have a whole table of these. I'm silly that way. So if anyone wants to go over how to do this, leave a comment. I don't think.
Yes, what I might need is you to make one so that when the store reopens, I'll have these pom-pom books with some examples.
Oh, sure.
I might need some displays.
Yes, you can have it all this around. So.
Yes, and I will, when we do this, if there's ever any craft books you want to recommend, let me know. Because the other thing is I'll print out our YouTube channel and stick it in there and say, like, you can watch some of these things made live. So Good morning, Jessica. Jessica hopped on and left a comment, and Stephanie, all these comments are popping in. She said, yes, it's lovely. Yeah, so we might have to do one just on the pom-pom tree.
Okay. Oh, I'd be happy to. It's my favorite thing to make. I'm really.
We're turning this into a pom-pom series. Like, we've got part 2. We're just gonna have to keep going, I think.
Okay, well, because I can find a lot of other things. Because then we'll have a tassel one, and I have plenty of yarn. Just there are a couple colors on. Green was all sold out online. Well, I don't spend a lot on the expensive
Well,
because
that's what I was gonna say. This is perfect for like the cheap yarn, like the scratchy, like you, if you are a knitter or a crocheter or anyone else who uses any kind of yarn, and you bought something and you realize it's way too scratchy, because I constantly end up with things like that. My kid is like,
don't
"This is
use
too scratchy,"
expensive. Yeah,
so it's
don't
great for
use
the cheap yarn.
expensive. Yes, on
That's
sale
excellent.
and such. So
And yes, Stephanie says, yes, it's lovely. And yes, I'd like to order the book. So fantastic.
good.
I'll put it on my website soon. I just have to hunt it down because it looks like it's a little harder to find than I thought, but
Oh
I will
no.
find
Okay.
it. No, I'm
You can
determined.
do it. I believe in you. It's worth it. It's worth it.
Yes, thank you so much. And all right, everyone, we are at half an hour, a little over half an hour. So that's fantastic. We are so good at this.
we got it down. So
Yes. So we will see you next week. I will share that link soon, and we will keep making pom pom crafts. And have a wonderful day. And
all
don't
right,
forget to
take
share
care.
your creations with us. Send us either comments or send us messages, and we will see you all soon. Have a great day. Bye.
All right, bye.